Hi, Dr. Bradshaw here, ChiroCynergy. Today we're talking about how to use a TENS unit. And if you've been given it, the reason being is you need muscle relaxation. You got tight muscles, cramping muscles, spastic muscles. We're gonna get those to relax naturally. You can take a pill to do that, but you can walk around like a zombie all day, right? This, you don't need to do that. All you have to do is put some pads on your skin and let the muscles just feel relaxed, okay? I'm going to go over some rules and how to use it as we talk, but I'm going to take you through from start to finish on how this works, okay? So if you have one of these for me, it'll be in a black suitcase. You're going to open up the suitcase. You're going to take out a few things. There's going to be some pads which will attach to your skin. Set that aside. There's an instruction manual on how to use it. I'm going to explain most of it here today. There's going to be a battery. There's going to be electrode wires that attach the pads to the unit itself, the TENS unit. Okay? Now the basic anatomy of this unit, the front opens up with a little secret door. You open it up a little further, and this is where the battery is going to go. So I will show you right here. The battery goes in. Make sure you get the plus minus the correct way. Here we go. You slide that door back on, okay? We also have this little plastic flip up where you can actually then get access to the power source, or the power button, I should say. So if you turn this clockwise, you hear a click. Same thing here, click. And then these two lights will come on. You turn it off, counterclockwise, turns off, all right? And adjacent to those knobs are the actual ports where the electrode wires will attach. Okay, so we're going to come back to this little secret door in a moment, but I'm just going to show you the basics on how to put this thing together. So if you slide over here with me, you're going to take out your electrode wires, and there will be two of them. Back up just a little bit, please. And these are going to attach from your TENS unit device to the pads we spoke about. So when you take these apart, one end will have a single port, the other end will have two wires, okay? We're going to take the single port here, and it's going to go into one port here, just like that. Okay, and we're going to take the other set of wires, and we're going to do the same thing, and this will conduct the current or the message from the TENS unit to the pads to do their job. And again, you're going to take this end right here, you can put that in the other port right here. Clicks in. All right, now we're good. And now we're going to attach the pads. The pads, I'll open this up. The pads are squares with little, again, ports at the end of each one. There's two pads on each side, so a total of four. Thus, 4 of these. And we're going to take our two end leads here, and we're going to put them in, one red one in there, one black one in here. Okay? And then we're going to take the other wire and its two ends, and we're going to take those into the other two white ports, here and here. Black and red doesn't necessarily matter. You just want to get it in firmly so there's no gap. Okay? If there's a gap, as you can see right there, there's a gap there. It won't conduct as well. You want to make sure it's pushed all the way in, so there's no copper coil showing. Okay? So now that we got that in, we're going to show you where to place the pads. So in this case, let's say you had a forearm muscle that we were treating. We would put the pads on the forearm muscle itself. So what you do, you take these sticky pads, you put one on one end of the muscle. And when you use a TENS unit, you want to treat muscles. You're not trying to treat bones or organs, we're trying to treat muscles. So in doing so, you put the other pad on the other end of the muscle, okay? So where those two pads are now connected, we're going to run a current back and forth between these two pads, right? And the TENS unit is going to control that message and how it works, right? So in this case, Let's move this over here so you can see what we're doing. We're not going to use that pair yet. So this pair of wires goes into this port here. So this knob control closest to that port will control that pair. So we're going to turn it on, as we talked about earlier, and the light will come on. Okay, and you can continue to turn it on, turn it up, and it goes from 0 to 8 until you start to feel a little buzzing. And I'm at 2, 2.5, maybe 3 right there, and I'm starting to feel that buzzing across my forearm. Okay, that's what you want. Now, the rule is, when you are doing this, you want it to be strong but still comfortable. Okay, so for right now, I feel some tingling, I feel some twitching of my muscles, but it's not really strong. I don't really feel a whole lot, so I'm going to turn it even more clockwise. There we go. Now I can feel it. I'm going to continue to turn it up until it's strong but still comfortable. If you go up and it starts to become painful, you've gone too far. Okay? And that's how it works. Now let's say that we had an injury and we also had it on the back of the arm. We had to treat the tricep. Then we could put the other pads on the back of the arm here and here. Again, treating the muscle. You never want to put it obviously over your shirt. You want to always put it right on the skin. And you do the same thing. You put the pads here and here. You would take the other knob. You would turn it on. You see the light comes on. You continue to turn it up until it's strong but comfortable muscle treatment back here. Okay? Now, let's talk about this secret door again for a moment. So I'm going to turn this off for a moment. I'm going to open this up. There are 4 different controls in here. 2 bigger ones on each side, and there's 2 down here in the middle, 2 smaller ones. When I give you a TENS unit, it will already be set up to a certain setting that I think will work best for your condition. Okay, so you're not going to mess with this one, or this one, or this one. The only one you're going to mess with is the one right here in the middle at the bottom. That's the timer. And if you look real close, it's 15 on the left, 30 in the middle, and C on the right. So that's in minutes. So 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and then C is for constant. In this case, I'm almost always going to want you to put it on C because I want you to use it a lot. You can use this all day long. You can use this all day long. So with it on constant, you got this thing on. There's a belt clip on the back. You can slide it right onto your pocket like this. And you can walk around with that on you. Or if you don't want to use that, you can put it in your pocket. You can do that too. I have some people where the wires come out like this out of their pocket, goes up underneath their clothes, and it's working on the back muscles or possibly even the lower neck muscles. Nobody even knows it's on. It's hiding underneath their clothes. But you can let this treat your muscles and reduce any muscle tension that builds up during the day. You know, if you're one of those people, as the day goes on, your back gets worse or your condition gets worse, it's usually because the muscles are fatiguing as the day goes on, and as they fatigue, they get stiff and tight, and that's where the pain sets in. This keeps that from happening any sooner than it has to, and sometimes you can go all day without any pain at all because this thing works so well. Okay? Some other examples of places you might want to use the pads. If you have neck pain, you might want to put one on the left side of the neck and one on the left side of the upper shoulder right here. So a pair would work here and here. You go to the other side of the neck, put it here and on top of the shoulder, and let it run through here and through here. Let's say your pain is in the mid-back. You might want to put a pad like on the top of the shoulder blade just to the right of the spine, and then one just below that to the right of the spine here. So let these 2 work together, and then you can do the opposite. And you can do one on the top part of the shoulder blade just to the left of the spine here, and then up on the lower side of the shoulder blade just inside the spine here. And let these 2 work together here. You can also do it on the lower back. You can put a pair, one up here and one down here, so that these 2 run together. There's a current running between these. You can do one here and here, so these run together. You can even do them on your, let's say your hips are bothering you, your pelvis is bothering your buttocks. You can put one on each side, and then one on each side near the hip sockets, and have the current running through here, and then running the current through here. You applies to pretty much any muscle in the body. The only muscle I don't want you treating with this is anything in the front of the neck. I don't want you treating anything on the head. And I don't want you treating, obviously, your face. okay? But anything else around the body, you can use this. So you can use it on your shin, the bottom of your foot, your forearm, as you've seen, anywhere. You could use it on the chest and the abdominals. The only other place, and I forgot to mention, but I would not use it right over the heart. This is an electric current. In fact, if you have a pacemaker, and I've given you one of these, I do not want you to use this device. But if your heart is good, I still don't want you using this over your heart, because it is an electric current. You don't want to run that over the heart muscle itself. But you can use it on the abdomen and through here. You can use it on the neck muscles in through here, just not in the front, okay? Every muscle outside of that is fair game. You can treat this using the TENS unit, and it will help, okay? Going back one more time to the device itself. When you set you got your light turned on, right? You got this device working and this one working. You want to make sure that you close this plastic lid and hear it snap. If it does not, and it opens up, and you got it resting on your belt clip, and you're doing what you do during the day, maybe you're building something or you're cleaning something or whatever, you bump into this and it turns all the way up to 8, it will shoot you through the roof. It will not feel good. So make sure that's closed. That negates any possibility of that thing going all the way up to 8 and zinging you with a pretty powerful jolt of electricity. Okay? That is key. And then there is an instruction manual in here. If you want to learn more about the physics behind all of these different settings, you can. You can read through it, and it'll explain these other 3 knobs that I set for you. But just knowing what I do, I set them for you, so you don't have to deal with it. If you want to, that's what the instruction manual is for. And that's it. That's the device. This is a very effective tool. I have one at home. I use it. My kids use it sometimes. My wife uses it. I have a lot of patients who either have one or have bought one, and they use it. So I recommend them a lot. The last thing is making sure that when the battery dies, that you know you need to put in a 9-volt battery, just like the one in there. And all you have to do is open this up, pop this out, and put in a new 9-volt battery. Okay? That's all you need. This thing will last you a long time. The other thing that can occur, other than the battery, as far as maintenance of this device, are the pads themselves. They are sticky. When you take them off, you will lose a little bit of stickiness over time. If you use them days, weeks, these pads will become less and less sticky to the point where they're not sticking at all on your skin. The plastic sleeves are here for you to put them back on so they don't lose their stickiness any more than they have to. Right? So you peel it off. When you're done, that plastic sleeve that they come on, don't throw that away. Keep that so your pads can stick back on those again. Generally, if you're using this a lot, these pads will last you, stickiness will last you 2 weeks, maybe longer, depending on how many hours a day you're using it. When you run out, just let us know. We have extras at our office, and we're happy to give you more. Okay? That's it for the TENS unit. Have fun with it, and hope you enjoy it as much as I have.